Boom, boom. This is Ken here. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a bit of Bleach Immortal Soul up today. So let's go ahead and go over what we got going on. So we have a new treasure trial up. That's been up for a couple of days. Still got, you've still got, it's a 2-week event, so you've still got 12 days to do this. As before, it's pretty high level. So, you're looking at about 1.4 million for the opposing team. So you're going to need, you can use it, I seem to be getting through it okay, but I'm about 900. So get as far as you can. The rewards are nice. So if you can do it, do it. The other event up is the Tour Challenge. Now, the Tour Challenge is just basically, you do your 5 challenges a day. And remember, too, when you do a challenge, don't skip it immediately. Because even if you do the challenge and lose, you don't lose one of your 5 turns. Okay, so try it. If you fail, then refresh, because you only get like 3 refreshes before you have to start spending your soul jade to do refreshes. So always give it a try before you actually do a skip and refresh. If you do it, lose, then refresh and get a new challenge. But don't do that immediately. Because even if you lose, you don't lose your turn, your 5 challenges that you get a day. It continues, you get 5 challenges, but if you lose, you don't lose one, all right? And you want to make sure you do those. Then, of course, you get 3 of the little keys here, and then you do the draw. Just choose as many. You get 3 5, so be able to make 5 choices a day. I'm already at stage 3. Okay, stage 4 is where you start getting the good stuff. That's where you start getting character shards, SSR shards, of course. But you can also get some Omni shards. Level 6 is where you start getting some of the good stuff in terms of this right here is a weapon shards. So for some of the characters, this one's for Full Hollow and for Stark. So this is riding in turn with the actual Soul Box event that we had just recently, which just ended a few days ago. This is that, and then we've got some character shards right here, SSR weapon shards actually. So the good stuff, there's some pretty good stuff in here. I mean, if any of these characters not really going, I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Omni shards. There's also an Awakening Essence, and if I do manage to get to the level 7. I'll probably just take some more of the actual shards for Hollow Ichigo since he's on my team. But that is, I'm already up to 3. This is going to be going on for another 7 days. So get in there and do that. It's actually only going to be going for 5 days. You'll be able to gather keys for 5 days. But this will be open for 7 days. So this will be open for a couple of days after, just so you can, give you an extra few days to make your choices if you're a little unsure. So it's definitely something to look into. Now, in terms of my account, I actually finally have started introducing Anniversary Ichigo into my lineup. I started using him on Squad Boss. I used him on Squad Boss this morning, and I managed to get 100 million with him. I replaced Base Ichigo and put in Anniversary Ichigo, and I did manage to get 100 million, and I'm not even still got quite a ways to go with the Anniversary Ichigo. So that was definitely the smart choice. I mean, I've still got he's only at he's only at 4 enhancements. I've got to get that up to 6 enhancements, not to mention the fact that his weapons are not anywhere near being close to done. So once I get all these weapons and equipment enhanced up and finish the enhancements on this, I'll definitely be able to reach my new goal, which is my new goal is 125 million. I'm getting between usually with as of now. Most I've ever got, I think, is 108. I think that's my highest so far. So, but yeah, so and I just started using him today. So once I get his weapons powered up and get him fully enhanced, I definitely think I'll be able to hit that 125 mark with the buff that he's going to give. So that was definitely a good choice. So I'm going to continue working on him. My next one is going to have to be a healer. We're noticing that as the story mode and these elites, they're not easy. They're very, very, very misanalyzed, and you're going to need some type of healing. So I'm probably just going to go ahead. The best healer in the game right now is Orihime. I do have her. This is Christmas Orihime. So what I'll be able to, I'll start focusing on her, and just start bringing her up for the healing. She is a tank, so but should be able to survive okay. And she offers a little bit more in terms of healing. I mean, she's got her deals a single okay, and then she heals the ally with the lowest hit points for 15. So this is just her base tack. So she's constantly putting out some healing. So even when she hits an enemy on her base tack, she's going to heal an ally for 15% of her total hit points. So you want to make sure you put a hit point based war soul on her. Her rage, it causes regeneration to all allies for a certain amount plus additional HP equal to 15. So yeah, hit points is what you want to max out on her. Then she regenerates 50 additional HP to the ally with the lowest hit points. And then each active after using this score, she gains a snowman to a maximum of 3. So it's a pretty good setup. The snowman is the snowman guarding, and it gains 2. Each snowman immediately regenerates HP equal to the percentage of enemy's total, and increases damage reduction rate by 10% for 1 round. Okay, so she's got a really good skill set for healing. I mean, it's all focused on healing, and she does supply a little bit of support as well too, which is nice. So, but bringing her up's the obvious choice, simply because of the fact that we're going to start needing healing later in the game. I see a lot of people already starting to focus on Unohana. She is the second best healer in the game. She's an SSR. Christmas Orihime's UR, so she's got the base stats. So she's going to be a lot more survivable, and she does a lot more healing than Unohana as well too. Unohana does a little bit more in terms of her damage, but it's very mild. And once I get Orihime up to Unohana's level, she should be bypassing her in damage as well. So we'll have to see, because I've got Unohana up pretty high. I mean, I've got her up to she's a 6-star. Plus, I've already got her up to to red. So I haven't really done much in anything. So first thing I need to do is bring her up to 4 stars so her passive takes effect, and that's only going to take 68. So it'll be a little bit ways. Let's see how many I got. 22. So I'm going to need to get about 40 of them. But so that's going to take a little while. But I'll start bringing her up after I finish with Anniversary Ichigo, which should be probably in about. Should be finished with him probably sometime next month. Once I get into the Prism, the enhancements go a lot faster because all of the rewards I'm getting, for the off level line awards, and then you come in and fill those rewards. They're all Prism enhancement materials. I'm not getting any of the lower Prism enhancement materials, so it takes me a little while to work through those. I have to manually accrue those on a daily basis, but I've already got some of the high-end materials in abundance. So once I start getting to like 4, 5, and 6 will be pretty much of a snap. The last one, the Prism 3, it only took me like 2 days to actually get through that because I already had a bunch of those materials. I didn't have as much of 4 as I thought I would, but I do have a lot for the 5th and 6th enhancement, so those should go pretty fast. And then I'll just start focusing on his equipment, and then we'll start working on Unohana, bringing her up. I've already got her up in terms of, as you can see, in terms of her level. I've already got her at 97, so I've already leveled her up. So I got to start working on her skills, which I've got 32 million, so that won't be a problem to bring her skills up to par with everybody else, as you can see. I'll just have to start bringing this one up, but it should be relatively easy to bring her up. It's going to take a couple of months. It takes taking Ichigo about 3 months to get him up to snuff to where I could start using him, and he's already paid off big time. He's not dying. He did not die in Squad Boss today, so he survived. So he's able to survive with just I think the 4th level. Yeah, 4th level enhancement. He's a tank, so it's not surprising. And he did survive all through. He was low. He had low health. But he did survive, and he was able to help, and that's why I got 100. So once I get him fully broken up, I'm definitely going to be able to achieve a lot more in terms of squad boss. And then once I get Christmas or Hime up, we'll just have to see how that new dynamic works in terms of what's the best choice. But yeah, these elite stages, I'm going to be trying to do them sometime this weekend. I'll do a video on it, but it's not looking good in terms of that, because they're way overpowered with the damage that they do and the damage that they can take. Everybody's a little up in arms about how this is going to, at the rate they're going, the level that they're having and the enemies not matching the characters that you can have. It seems like I don't know how they're doing the testing, but you need to have a game that's balanced. This is the balance. It's not balanced right now. Even max characters with max enhancements, max weapons are unable to beat at right now, and we're barely halfway through the actual story. So by the time it gets in story, nobody's going to be able to do anything. It's already been, a big talk on some of the Reddit channels about this. It's very misbalanced. They need to get that fixed. They need to adjust their balancing seriously, because it's not working. They've ramped up too fast, and they did not take into account what they're giving us, what characters we have available, what damage they can do. Well-rounded teams, even a well-rounded team is having difficulty. Some of the other teams, I noticed it. Several of the guys, they could not. They're still 2 chapters behind. They focused on all attackers, and it's not functional. You can't. It's very difficult, if not impossible, to go through with all attackers, simply because of the fact that the enemy team's doing too much damage. You need to have tanks, and now you're going to need to have a healer. If you don't have those, you're not going to be able to progress through the story. So if you're a new player starting out, I'm telling you right now, here's the way I look at it: 3 attackers, okay, 3 healers, or not healer, 1 healer, 2 tanks. So your front row, you want to have one of the reasons Christmas or Hime is excellent is she's a tank, and at the same time she's a healer. So my front line is going to consist of, probably when it's all said and done, it's probably going to end up being version 2 Ikora and Sassy, probably Orihime in the center on the front line, Christmas Orihime. Then I have my 3 attackers, which are of course White Ichigo, Dangai Ichigo, and Tensei Zangetsu in the back line. That's probably what I'm going to end up having to run. I'm probably just going to have to get rid of Full Hollow Ichigo. I do like the damage that he does, but he offers no support for the team, and for some reason he seems to be getting one-shot, which is not surprising because he's not a tank. He's a support character. Unfortunately, he supports himself, really. There's really not much he offers in terms of team support, which is not, depressing, because I like him. He's my favorite character, but that's just the way it goes. So I'm probably going to have to replace him with Orihime, and then that's going to give me, that's going to give me some support for the team, and it's going to give me some healing, and that's what's probably going to need to be advanced through the story. And we'll have to see how it works, but I'm going to have to bring her up. But in the time being, I should be able to progress through these elite stages for the most part, and start focusing on the story. But I don't think I don't think the team that I've got is going to work farther into probably next chapter. Not 27, but 28. I think it's 28 where are we at right now. Yeah, I think I'll be able to get through this one. And maybe not, but because I still have 2 on this one that I haven't fully. I completed the chapter, but there's 2 stages that I don't have 3 stars. There's 2 stages that I've only got 2 stars. So, but I completed it. I'll probably be able to get through this one. Probably going to have several 3 stars lacking in this one, but I'll probably be able to get through it. But I don't think so afterwards. Yeah, just don't think we're going to be able to get through it. It's the mismatch and the levels that they're giving you with your teams, and then the levels of the enemy are not in any way balanced. So they're going to have to do some type of balancing. I hope they're aware of the issue and starting to work on balancing, but it doesn't seem to be. What leads me to believe that is some of the characters that they're entering out on paper sound like they're really powerful. We'll have to see. Okay, it's not something that, it's not something we could realize and notice yet. But we'll have to see exactly what they've got in terms of if they're going to be needed. I mean, if they're going to be forcing you to use the newer characters to get through the basic story, I don't like that. That's one of the reasons I stopped playing Danmachi Warrior Freeze, was simply because of the fact that version 1 characters became obsolete when they entered newer characters. Those version 2 characters then became obsolete. So I have 2 teams of excellent team of version 1 maxed out fully, unable to do the newer stuff. But same thing happened to the version 2 team, became obsolete. So I had a fully enhanced version 2 team, and they started introducing even more characters that were, so basically they're constantly changing the game to the point where you're constantly having to focus on building new teams, unable to play the teams that you spent so much time creating. That's not exciting for me. So basically they mismatched the game completely. Okay, granted, it's still a game that you can get through. You have to spend a lot of time. You can do it free to play, but it takes a really long time to make those teams, and that's what upset me. I spent a lot of time focusing making those teams, only to have them be completely useless. And yeah, they're just misbalanced. Okay, they put power creep into it, and it overwhelmed the game. That's why a lot of people stopped playing it. I know used to be people covering the game. I used to know like 10 or 11 people who were consistently covering the game. It's down to like, I don't think any of them are anymore. I know I'm not. I never really covered it before. I just played it on a side game as something that I enjoyed playing because I enjoy the anime. But that's not the case anymore. So I'm hoping the same thing does not happen to Bleach, where it gets to the point where they're doing that, because Bleach can't do that. Danmachi, yes, they made you get new characters, but if you played the game consistently and spend a few hours, because you did have to spend 2 to 3 hours a day, you could farm what was necessary to bring those characters up to full, because those materials were available in the game to get. They're not available in this game to get. Okay, you can't focus on. I can't focus on another team right now simply because there's not enough mats. They don't give you stars and omni shards quick enough to level those characters up. You'd have to spend all of your soul jade purchasing stamina refreshes, and purchasing the gold that was needed to do that, to the point where you would have no soul jade left to do the draws and the soul box events when they come around, and that's just not going to happen. That's a big part of the game. So there's not. Yeah, we're becoming on an unfortunate system here that's going to eat itself alive if it's not fixed. But it's been broached. I know a lot of the people on Reddit are talking about it, and it's been brought up on some of the channels. So hopefully they're aware of this and they're going to do something. But I haven't heard any word yet. But I will let you know. But I'm going to continue covering the game, just like I have always been, and I'm going to keep building my team. Like I say, this little cutie on the screen here is going to be the next work in progress after we finish up Anniversary Ichigo. I jumped to a Christmas theme here simply because, we're 2 months away. Well, 3 months actually. October just started, November, and then of course the end of December, when we'll have the holiday seasons coming up. But yeah, so that's what it is. I just wanted to go ahead and let you know about the treasure hunt. Shoot for the Omni Shards, as always. That's the big thing to get. And this treasure trial, try to go through it. It's really difficult. Let's go ahead and do one level. Where are we at here? So we are at, Yep, we're at 3. So let's go ahead and try 3. So I'm not going to do it. What I do is I run through with my base team. This is my current base team. Okay. As you can see, I'm 958. They're 1.5 million. So as you can see, they're way above me. But they have no initiative. My initiative is active. Therefore, you're always going to go first. So if you got a team, go heavy on the dragons. Okay. And you're going to see here as we do the battle. Dragons go first. If you have the war soul for the dragon, the base war soul for the dragon leveled up, you will get the rage to start the battle. And this is going to allow raging for some of your characters. These 4 are going to rage immediately. And as you can see, that's putting a pretty good damage rate out here. So what you want to do is you want to kill as many of the enemy as you can on the first pass, so that when they hit you back, and they're going to hit you back hard, you're able to survive. So I took out 2. Okay, unfortunately, Berrigan's a very tough tank, so hopefully I can take him out. Yes, I took him out. Okay, so I'm going to get 3 rages against me, and that's what you have to do, is try to keep, get rid of as many as you can. Okay, because they're going to come back at you. And as you can see, they're not doing a whole lot of damage because my Ichigo shield, the Urukoura shield that gets me, is still up. So they're not doing a ton of damage. As you can see, I'm able to take the damage pretty well. Now my second round, I'm going to have the 2 that didn't rage the first round go, which is Urukoura and Sazi. So he's going to do pretty good damage. So I'll probably take out 2 more, maybe 1 more, depending on, Kensei's a pretty tough tank. So yeah, I'm going to take out 2 more. Oh, I might actually get him. So as you can see, even though I'm like 500 less in terms of power, it's a little bit weaker. So you can probably get through this, with a lower team. So I actually got got cleared 2 chests with that. That's nice. You get tons of rewards from these chests. Go for this gold chest. This gold chest gives you like 100. I'm serious, 100 pieces of enhancement. It's ridiculous. But so that's what it is. So don't be daunted by it. What I do is I run through all levels. It goes up to I can't move it up there. Yeah, oh, there I can. It goes up to right here to 20. So what I do is I run through it all the way to 20, not worrying about any of the secondary chests. I don't ignore them. I just do my team to 20, get the reward, yay. Then I go back over the next few days, and I'll play around with it because it's still going on for another 12 days. So you got plenty of time, and then I'll just pick and choose on the levels and try to get some extra chests to get some extra rewards. That's the way I play it. Seems to be functional, so it is what it is. But yeah, so go ahead and play it. But the rewards are awesome. You get a bunch of shards. So it's definitely not something that's wasteful, but it is a little bit hard to beat. Once you get up there around 20, the team power does not increase that much, but it increases a little bit. But unfortunately, they actually make the characters a little bit stronger. What they've got right now in these low-level characters is they're not doing a whole lot of damage, and they don't really have a good team comp. But as you start getting up into the higher levels, you start seeing team comps that build on the strengths of the characters, and you'll start seeing them do a little bit more damage. So it does get harder. But you should, if you're an low level team, you're not going to get very far. But if you're mid to high level team, yeah, definitely give it a try. Get as far as you can, okay? Because the rewards, even the rewards that I just got today on doing this one level, if you take a look at this, which is the pack, the chest that I got, you can choose. Don't choose the random pack. Choose the Treasure Trial Enhancement pack. Okay, and then you open this thing up. Okay, 100 soulstone and 10 you're drawing. You can't beat that. That's 100 is like the most I've ever seen. And if you look at it, it's all reds. It's all reds and greens. So this is stuff that I'm going to use. This saves me having to use my stamina when I can get it like that. And the draws, unfortunately, you don't get to choose, but they're always late ones. So they're always the newest ones. So it's a big help in terms. And this is the other reward I got inside of this. This is a choice pack, so I'll have to take a look at that and decide which ones I want to choose. But yeah, so it's a really good, it's a good event. I do like it. Yeah, I wish they would make it a little bit. I wish they would start it out lower, and then maybe by the time they get to the end of it, have 1.5, 1.6 million. But they obviously made it a high level, mid-level to high level event. But it doesn't take long to get there. So yeah, give it a try, see what you can do. All right, so again, thanks a lot for watching the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you've subscribed, you'll see that bell. If you click on the bell, you'll get notified each time I do drop a video. Also, remember to like and share the video, as it does help the channel immensely. This is Kendrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.